Hey, I'm Ethan Spurley. I'm one of the pastors here at Free City Church, and we've been in Lawrence for a little over 2.5 years. We moved to town in February of 2014, and we started Free City Church.
And so the first night that we met in my house as a city group, there were 12 adults. And I'll mind you that 4 of those were myself, my wife Kinsey, Ethan and his wife Sky, and just started meeting weekly.
And we connected with some more people around town, and we slowly and steadily grew. So we began meeting the middle of September 2014 on Sunday evenings at Vintage Church, this space here that I'm sitting in.
Started to go once a month meeting for corporate worship, ended up going twice a month pretty fast. And fast forward to this day, we're seeing just a little bit over 200 adults.
Our first baptism service was Easter of 2015. Since then, we've had multiple baptism services, and by God's grace, we've seen over 20 people baptized. January 8th, we'll be moving across the street and moving to Sunday mornings.
Where we are here in Vintage is just a church that lets us use the space on Sunday nights, and they've been super, super gracious to us. It's a great space for the numbers that we've been running, but for 200 people, it's starting to max out. When we first came to town, the question we got a lot would be, are you here for university students or are you here for families? And we put a stake in the ground to say, man, we're here for both. When we came to Lawrence, we want to utilize the university, but it was never in our plan to be a college church or a college ministry, but it was our plan to be a multi-generational church. Because where we've grown is predominantly younger, and to be the family of God, man, we want to be able to heal the wounds that we see in the people that we have. And when we think of the local church, we think of a place that stewards the town that it's in. And so we want to look something like that.
While Sunday evenings have been really great for us, and a big hope and prayer has been that we would get to Sunday mornings. A lot of this has to do with thinking through being able to reach families and really get a bigger spectrum of people, bigger demographic of people here in Lawrence. And we believe that Central Middle School is the place that God has for us.
And so coming up in January, we're making a move, actually just across the street to Central Middle School. God has graciously opened the doors there for us. We'll be the first church in a public school building in over 2.5 years. And we feel like the next stage for us is to grow older. Things like how to be a Christian husband, or a Christian father, or a Christian businessman, or any other question like that, those things aren't taught. Those are things that are caught. And so we really are praying that God would use Sunday morning at Central Middle School to attract more families to us. We've gone from 12, 14 people in my living room to seeing over 200 adults week in and week out. And man, it's just a testimony of God's faithfulness to us.